What's up, man? I've been wanting to start a channel for an extremely long time, and I really just don't know where to start. The amount of camera brands, the
hmm
amount of technical stuff. There's 4K this, 4K that, and I don't know where to start.
Let me guess. You want my help with that.
Yep, I'd love your help.
All right, here's the fun part. What's your budget?
I'd say the budget's about 2,000.
2 grand?
Nothing crazy, nothing too expensive, but at the end of the day will get me really what I need.
All right, give me about 10 minutes or so and let me put something together.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you later. This f***ing guy. Everyone wants to start a channel or stream or just capture life in a way that's more intentional. Over the past 6 months, I've had a ton of people reach out to me and ask, what's the best low budget camera kit to get started? So today I've built a complete starter kit with a budget of $2,000. Whether you're diving into YouTube, content creation, or just trying to tell a story, this video, it's for you. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joseph Lipson. I make tech videos, I make filmmaking videos, and I make lifestyle videos. And I like to just share how all of these things work in my everyday life. And if you're returning to the channel, welcome back. But if you're new, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I make a lot of videos just like this one. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the camera and the lens. Choosing the right camera and the right lens is really the brain power of the operation, and there's a lot of decisions that have to be made when it comes to that. Here's the truth. In 2025, the entry-level camera space is absolutely wild. Things are moving extremely fast, and it's real hard to just keep up. The best camera, it's still your phone. It's still always going to be your phone, but that's not what this video is about. This is about taking the next step, and that's where choosing your mirrorless camera comes into place. And for me, it's Sony. I love the Sony system. I love how much they've packed into every camera they come out onto the market with. They've ultimately just packed so many pro features into their entry-level camera systems. And when you go to Amazon, you go to B&H, the bundles they offer, they're just a steal. So the camera I would choose if I'm a beginner starting this would be the Sony ZV-E10 combo. So what you're getting is the Sony ZV-E10 body. We're talking an APS-C sensor, a flip-out touchscreen, which for anyone vlogging or anyone that needs to shoot content of themselves, you need a flip-out screen. It shoots 4K 30 and 1080 at 120 frames per second. Real-time eye autofocus, and if you've ever used a Sony, if you've ever heard of a Sony camera, the autofocus system inside of Sony is just remarkable. And as this is a combo, you also get a lens with it, and that's where the Sony 10 to 20 millimeter power zoom f4 lens comes into play. 10 to 20 on an APS-C kind of is the equivalent on a full frame of a 15 to 30. 15 to 30 is going to get you those extremely wide shots and also give you the versatility to zoom in a little bit. That focal length is going to get you almost everything you need, and it's a Sony branded lens, so the autofocus is going to be on par. It's going to be just as sharp as you need it to be, and you get a 64 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme SD card. You need an SD card to film. But how much does this come in? You might think this is an astronomical price. We're talking about a $1,500 bundle. For $1,500, you are getting a camera body that is very capable, a lens that is very capable, and an SD card that has read speeds that'll be able to read no matter what you're shooting on this camera. All right, so once you have the visuals dialed, it's time to get the audio dialed in. And one of the most important things of any video is the audio. You have to be able to hear what you're talking about. But the kit I'd recommend for anyone starting out is the DJI Mic Mini. This is the DJI Mic 2, but the DJI Mic Mini is a lot of the same features in a smaller package at a smaller, more affordable price, that being $170. Now, what does the DJI Mic Mini give you? Well, dual clips and magnets on the transmitter, built-in noise cancellation, which is a game changer if you're shooting outdoors and you just need some clean audio and there's a lot of surrounding sounds like there is in everyday life. Safety track and gain adjustment. Very important for when you're just starting out to have a safety track, or at least, or even long term, just to have a safety track because you never know when your audio is going to fail. Audio is the one thing that fails the most, at least for my experiences with everything I've done. And then finally, it has auto limiting, which basically just gets rid of peaking. Peaking is possibly the worst thing you can do to your audio because it's the one thing you just can't fix. Bad audio is obvious. At the end of the day, $170 and you can get audio that is reliable. It's kind of a no-brainer. All right, so the tripod always gets overlooked, but a sturdy, reliable tripod is one of the most important aspects to the filmmaking process. And tripods range from all types of prices, from thousands and thousands of dollars to a $30 one on Amazon. But one I've used and I found pretty reliable is the SmallRig CT10 tripod, and it's only $70. So it's not on the crazy cheap side of it, but it's also not on the crazy expensive side. And what this will get you is a tripod that is reliable. And that's all you really need a tripod to be, is reliable for you in your times of need. But what does this tripod offer? Well, it goes up to 6 feet, which is taller than me. It has a ball head, and as someone who likes a tripod, I do like a fluid head, but when you're talking budget tripod, a ball head is everything you need in a tripod. And like I said, $70. Not crazy expensive, and it's reliable. Last but not least, let's talk about lighting. And lighting can be one of the most intimidating factors of the whole process. Even to me, who's been doing this for years, it is still such an intimidating thing. And you can go many ways with lighting. But the way I'm going to point you is simple. One light, and that is the SmallRig RC60B. And this is a bi-color LED that will only run you $160. And it has an adjustable color temp from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. USB rechargeable, which means you need 0 batteries if you do want to use it out and about. But if you plan on setting it up in a studio, just plug it in, set it and forget it. And then to get yourself the best lighting and get yourself some diffusion, I'd pair it with the SmallRig Mini Softbox, which will run you $40. And what the softbox does is it gives you a little bit of diffusion. It takes away a lot of the harsh shadows on your face, and it evens out a lot of the lights. So it makes your face and makes whatever you're shooting look a lot softer. At the end of the day, it just makes everything look a little bit more professional. And then to edit the whole thing, DaVinci Resolve. I mean, it's free. So this adds up to $1,995. I didn't put tax into perspective because I don't know where you're buying this stuff, so I apologize for that. But hey, at the end of the day, you saved $5, and that $5 can get you a coffee so you can edit your first video. But I gave you the tools, so now you can go make some videos. So stop watching this and go out and create. Peace.